Thank you, and welcome again to another one of my videos. My name is Chris, and I'm the creator of all of the videos here at Math Meeting. My goal for this channel is to create as many free and fun math tutorials as possible to help you from basic level math all the way through upper level calculus and statistics. And I even make some fun videos as well, like this one. Here we have another fun algebra word problem. So here in this problem we have a bunch of cookies and we have a bunch of jars. And we're trying to find out exactly how many cookies we have, and we're trying to find out exactly how many jars we have. What we do know is that if we put 3 cookies into every jar, we're going to have one jar that's completely empty left over. Also, what we do know is that if we put 2 cookies into every jar, then all of the jars will have 2 cookies in them, and there'll be 1 cookie that's left over. So given this information, the question for this word problem is, how many cookies do we have and how many jars do we have? So take your time, work on the problem, take out a piece of pen and paper if you need to, and I will show you the solution in 5 seconds. So exactly how many cookies and jars do we have? Well, there's 2 ways to solve this problem. One way is just by guessing and checking, which I feel like anyone can do. So I want to show you how to solve this using a system of equations. So let's create a system of equations using the information that was given to us at the beginning of this video. So to start, let's let C represent the number of cookies, and we'll let J represent the number of jars. Now, if we go back to the beginning of this problem, we said that if there was 3 cookies in every jar, that there would be 1 jar that's left over. So we can find the number of cookies by multiplying each jar by 3, except for one of them, because one of them is empty. So the total number of cookies, which is C, is equal to the total number of jars, J, minus 1, because one of them is empty, and we have to multiply that by 3 since there's 3 cookies in every jar. So now we have one equation, but we have 2 variables. We have cookies and jars. There's 2 unknowns, so we need another equation if we're going to solve this problem. So let's use some more information that was given to us to create another equation. And if you remember from the beginning of the video, I also said that if we put 2 cookies into every jar, then we're going to have 1 cookie that's left over. So if we multiply each jar by 2, that will give us the total number of cookies, plus we have 1 left over, so we'll add 1 at the end. So the total number of cookies, C, is equal to the number of jars, J, multiply J by 2, because there's 2 cookies in every jar, plus we're going to have 1 cookie left over, so let's add 1 at the end. So now we have 2 equations for our 2 variables, cookies and jars. And now we can solve this system of equations to find exactly how many of each we have. So the easiest way to solve this system of equations, in my opinion, is by substitution, because both equations are written in terms of C. In our first equation, we have C is equal to 3 multiplied times J minus 1. So we can substitute 3 times J minus 1 in for C in our second equation. Now, after we substitute, we're going to have a new equation in terms of J. On the left side of the equation, we're going to have 3 multiplied times J minus 1, which is what we just substituted in for C. And this is equal to the right side of the equation, which stays the same, which is 2J plus 1. And now at this point, we can solve this equation for J using simple algebra. And the first thing I want to do is simplify the left side of the equation by multiplying the 3 times J minus 1. And this simplifies to 3J minus 3. And now we can solve for J and get J by itself by subtracting 2J to both sides of the equation and by adding 3 to both sides of the equation. And after we simplify this and solve for J, we get J is equal to 4. So now we know that we have 4 jars, and we can use this to find exactly how many cookies we have. Let's plug in 4 for J into any of our first 2 equations. Let's plug in 4 into our first equation. which is C is equal to 3 multiplied by J minus 1. So we know the total number of cookies is equal to 3 multiplied by J, which is equal to 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So the total number of cookies we have is equal to 9. And we have 4 jars, and now we have officially solved our word problem. So I hope you learned something and enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see all my new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.